Eala to see action at MGM Macau Tennis Masters in December. Eala is swinging back to action as the Filipina ace has been named among the players to compete at the 2025 MGM Macau Tennis Masters in late December. The Macau Tennis Masters is an invitational event featuring several top players and will be held from December 27th to 28th at the Macau Forum. Based on Macau Tennis Masters' official website, the tournament will feature 2 legendary captains, 4 high-ranked men's players, and 2 high-ranking women's players. Joining world number 50 Eala in the roster are former Grand Slam champions Nali of China and Conchita Martinez of Spain, as well as world number 9 Mira Andreeva. Jack Draper of the United Kingdom, Jakub Mensik of Czech Republic, and Junqing Shang of China are also named as the competitors. For the opening day, the competition will feature the Captain's Challenge followed by the men's singles and mixed doubles. The women's singles, meanwhile, is slated on the second day. Eala's journey into the final stretch of the tennis calendar has always carried a sense of anticipation, but this December, the stakes feel different. The announcement that she will see action at the MGM Macau Tennis Masters adds a fresh pulse of excitement, not only for her growing fan base in Southeast Asia, but also for tennis watchers eager to see how the 20-year-old Filipina continues shaping her evolving identity on the world stage. The Macau Tennis Masters is not a ranking event. It is an invitational spectacle where rising stars, established champions, and fan-favorite players come together in a unique setting, glamorous, intimate, and brimming with showmanship. For many athletes, it serves as both a celebration of the sport and a strategic transition point toward upcoming seasons. For Eala, however, the timing and the environment feel poetically aligned with where she stands in her young career, progressing, learning, refining, and ready to step into arenas that highlight personality as much as performance. Macau itself plays a role in this narrative. With glittering casino skylines, riverside esplanades, and a style that mixes old-world colonial traces with neon modernity, the city knows how to host a spectacle. The MGM indoor courts are known for their high-end presentation, floodlights, polished surfaces, dramatic walkouts, and crowds that merge international fans with local enthusiasts. It's theatrical tennis, designed to be remembered. And for someone like Eala, whose presence has become increasingly charismatic, this stage feels fitting. Her 2025 season has seen highs and challenges, breakthrough wins contrasted by early exits, moments of dominance countered by stretches of adjustment. But throughout it all, what remains unchanged is that her growth has never been linear. It has been dynamic, adaptive, and deeply human. The Macau event arrives not as a test in the strict, competitive sense, but as a reflection point, a place where she can show her game in a setting free from ranking pressures, where creativity and expression can breathe. Her playing style, built from the clay courts of Rafa Nadal Academy and sharpened through the unforgiving circuits of the WTA Tour, has always blended precision with resilience. But in recent months, something more has begun to emerge. Her footwork carries more confidence. Her forehand, once primarily steady and strategic, now has moments of brave acceleration. Her defensive instincts, already one of her natural strengths, are supplemented by a willingness to transition forward, to take control, to define points rather than simply wait for openings. Macau will be a space to showcase those evolutions, not in the statistical sense, but in the artistic sense. There is something intangible about year-end tennis. The pressure of rankings loosens, players relax into the rhythm of the game, and audiences watch not only the score but the personalities. This is where Eala's story gains color. She is not just a competitor, she is a symbol, for Filipino tennis, for Asian tennis, for young athletes balancing expectations with self-discovery. Every match she plays carries the weight of representation, and yet she continues to move with intention rather than burden. Off the court, she has grown too. The articulate confidence in her interviews. The way she frames both wins and losses with maturity. The glimpses of humor and lightness she shares with teammates and fans. These small human elements shape the emotional backdrop of the Macau Masters appearance. People won't just be watching how she hits a backhand down the line, they will be watching how she carries herself in an arena that blends performance with celebration. And then there is the cultural significance. For many Filipino fans, Macau is geographically close enough to travel. The idea of a cheering contingent waving flags, chanting rhythms that echo from Manila to Hong Kong to Singapore, gives the event a layer of belonging. Eala never walks onto a court alone. She brings histories, familial, national, personal, with her. In Macau, that connection may become once again visibly audible. This December event also signals something forward-facing, the beginning of her trajectory into 2026. The off-season is always a transformative time for athletes. Training blocks become laboratories. Coaches experiment. Players rebuild strength, adjust mechanics, refine mental frameworks. Macau, then, sits as the closing note of one chapter and the opening chord of another. What she shows there, her confidence, her shot selection, her emotional tone, may hint at where she intends to go next. But perhaps the most compelling part of this moment is that nothing is scripted. Macau is not a place where narratives are forced. It is a place where they unfold. A rally may stretch into a breathtaking exchange. A well-timed drop shot may draw gasps from the crowd. A smile after a long point may turn into a highlight replayed across social media. These are the fragments of tennis memory that live outside ranking tables. Eala arrives not as a contender chasing numbers, but as an artist entering a gallery where the lights are bright and the canvas is hers to fill. And so, as December approaches, the story that surrounds her is not one of pressure, but one of presence. She plays in Macau not to prove, but to express. Not to chase, but to embody. Not to answer expectations, but to define her own. This is the beauty of her emerging era, an era where she is not merely participating in the sport of tennis, but contributing to its poetry. The MGM Macau Tennis Masters may last only a few days. But for those who watch closely, it may reveal something subtle yet profound.